Today we're going to change this tire. So this morning I was driving my kids to daycare. When I got there, just fine, and I realized whenever I got back to the car that there was a giant nail. I want to say that the head actually was a screw. I want to say that the screw was about the size, the head of the screw anyways, was about the size of a quarter. So anyway, so the tire was able to hold some air. The screw kind of landed about right here. Hopefully I can get some pictures and edit this video a little bit more. But today I just wanted to show you how to change the tire on a European car. So in most cases when you have a car, at least here in the States, I had never seen a car that actually had bolts instead of nuts that you take out. So today we're gonna make that change. I'm gonna have to use two hands for a little bit of this, and so I'm not gonna be able to record everything, so we're gonna have a little bit of stop motion going on, but hopefully it'll be informative nonetheless, and you guys will get an idea of how to do this with the tire changing tool that is provided to us. So let's get to it. The damage was such that it clearly required them to order and give me a new tire. So clearly I wasn't going to wait for the tire to come in. So I said, let's put the spare on. Which brings up another point that I need to pull out, that I need to mention. This you might see is probably not that great of a tire compared to the Michelin's that comes stock on the car. However, at this point, these cars are probably well over 10 years old, and those tires need to be replaced anyway. So if you have a spare with the original Michelin, more than likely it'll need to be replaced. We're not going to use the Mercedes jack because quite honestly I don't like it. So here's the tool I'm talking about. In your toolkit you have this one piece right here. This doesn't look like much, but this will help you line up your tire so that way you're not chasing the bolts all the way around the car. So I'm going to pull this out and we're going to get to work. So step one, as always, is to get the jack on the car, lift the car up slightly, and next we will loosen up the bolts. Once the bolts are loosened, we can raise the car all the way up till the wheel is off the ground. That should do it. We got some clearance right underneath. Alright, next we just take off the bolts all the way. I like to use, it's a 17 millimeter, and I like to use these guys to just kind of make it easier to get a grip on the bolt. So like I mentioned, the shop that I went to, they weren't going to put the spare on because they said it's well over 14 years old. And so what they did is they sold me a used tire for about 50 bucks, which, quite honestly, I wasn't too concerned about the brand or how well the spare looks. I really don't intend on using it often. So this barrel will do just nicely for me in this case. So I'm going to go ahead and finish and take off all the rest of the bolts, and we'll be right back. So now that I have the spare off, I figured I'd go ahead and put the spare back where it belongs, and we'll go ahead and get the tools and put them back on the place where they belong to. That really just goes in there, and you just thread it in until it pulls the tire down tight. And that's all there's to it. Now with this side over here, I'm gonna go ahead and get my tool, and we're just gonna thread it in one of the holes. And now we will try to put the new tire back on. See if I can do this one-handed. I kind of doubt I will be able to, but it's worth a shot, I guess, trying. I'm gonna have to put you down for a second. Hopefully that got caught, and you can see it sticks out right here. And it'll do is it'll allow me to get one bolt in, tighten it up, and if you notice, I didn't do any hunting or anything to get those bolts in. Just real simple. The tool is in there. The tire gets easily on the hub with just a little bit of guidance, and this tool now can come out. See? And now we just put this tool back in the toolkit. Whoops. We'll be ready. Hopefully we don't need to use it again, but just in case, there it is. And now the rest of the bolts should just really just go on right in. Okay. Just gonna snug them up real quick. Okay, and now I can slowly let the car back down until the tire is on the ground. And now we'll do the other part. I'm gonna pause for just a second. So now I got the torque wrench. I have it set to 100 foot-pounds. I don't know exactly what it needs to be. I probably should, but 100 foot-pounds seems like it's a reasonable amount for me. And now it's just a matter of come on. And there it is. Now the job is complete. So now we can drop the car completely and close the trunk. And that's really how you change the tire on a European car. Thanks for watching.